Okay, students, now in this class of digital communication, let us continue further from the point where we have left in the last class. In the last class, we discussed about the encoder for linear block codes, right? So, now let us continue further with decoder for linear block codes. So, first of all, the syndrome decoding. Let us first understand that what is syndrome decoding. Let us say that the transmitted code word or the code vector be represented as x as what we have done till now, right, and corresponding received vector is denoted as y. Then what we say or what we want, that the received code word must be same as the transmitted code word, right? So we say that x should be equal to y, and we say that x is equal to y if there are no transmission error, right? Then what actually happens, that x is not equal to y. X is not equal to y, it is the case if there are errors created during the transmission, right? So we expect and we want that x should be equal to y, but if x is not equal to y, then there is error, and if x is not equal to y, the work is to find out that error so that we can correct that, right? So first of all we want to detect the error. So we will talk about the syndrome decoding. What is syndrome decoding? Let us discuss now. So first of all, the decoder detects or correct these errors in y. This is the work we want. By using what? How will this decoder detect and correct? For this it must have something. What? By using the stored bit pattern in the decoder about the code. There is some stored pattern about the code inside the decoder. Based on this, it will do this function. What is that stored bit pattern? If you could remember the previous class, we talked about the generator matrix and then we talked about the parity matrix. We said that generator matrix is G and parity matrix is H. We represented that if G is equal to I followed by parity matrix, then we said that H is nothing but parity transpose followed by identity matrix. Of course, the size of this is different from this size, right? So we said that we will discuss this H parity check matrix later on. That what is the purpose, that is now the time to discuss this. That basically this is the stored information somewhere inside the decoder. Why? Because there is one important property. What is that important property? That we can easily find that x into ht will give us the value as all zeros. What is x into ht means? X is what? X is equal to m message matrix multiplied by generator matrix, right? And when we will further multiply this matrix with, instead of after this multiplication, when we will multiply this multiplication with H transpose. Now H is what? We have already discussed that what is H, right? Here what is the relation between G and H. Then we are taking the transpose of this complete matrix H, right? So when we will multiply this H transpose matrix, this X vector, then you can easily do this manipulation mathematics and you can find that all the code word inside this will be having all values 0. So this is the important property, because this gives us the information that if we can store this value parity check matrix, here we in the transmitter, in the encoder we have generator matrix, then in the decoder we should have the parity check matrix, and based on that parity check matrix, taking transpose of that parity check matrix and then multiplying it with the code word, the value must be 0. So if x into ht is 0, then y into ht should also be 0, because what we want, what we expect, that x is equal to y. Whatever we are transmitting, we are receiving the same. Agree? If x is equal to y, that is no error, then y into ht must also be equal to 0, since x into ht is 0. But if y is not equal to x, if y is not equal to x, then y into ht will not be equal to 0. However, x into ht will be 0, right? So y into ht will not be equal to 0. That means there is some error, and from this value of y into ht, which is not equal to 0, we actually find that where is the error. First of all, we define the word syndrome. The non-zero output of the product y into ht is called syndrome. This is the error, and it is used to detect errors in y. How? Syndrome is represented by S is equal to y into ht, where S is a matrix of 1 cross q, because y is a matrix of 1 cross n and H transpose is a matrix of n cross q. So when we will multiply these two terms, we will get a matrix S of 1 cross q, right? So this syndrome matrix or this syndrome vector basically gives us the information that where is the error. How it gives the information? Now let us see that. Let us take this example to understand this point. The parity check matrix of a 7, 4, n, k is given as 7, 4, so that means n is equal to 7 and k is equal to 4, that means number of message bits are 4, so parity bits are given as 3. Okay, so the parity check matrix of a 7, 4 Hamming code is given as follows. Okay, h is given to us, and we know that h is equal to what? H is composed of two things, that is parity transpose followed by identity matrix. So you can see here that we divided from here, and this is our identity matrix, this portion. So rest portion, this is our parity transpose. Okay, this is our parity transpose. Now calculate the syndrome vector for single bit errors. Now syndrome is what? S is equal to yht. For single bit error, syndrome will be only 1 out of k bits there will be error, right? So let us proceed one by one. Let us say first of all that syndrome vector S is equal to y into ht, and y into ht is what? Since y is not equal to x, y should be equal to x, but y is not equal to x because of error in y, right? So the error is what? The difference between x and y, right, is the error. So S is equal to y into ht, we can say that it is equal to e into ht. Here E is the error vector, right? Because only this is the residue, else otherwise it should be, this should be equal to 0, but this is not 0 because of this error. So S is equal to yht is equal to e into ht. This is the error vector or the syndrome vector S. Now we have given that calculate the syndrome vector for single bit error. That means it is a vector of 1 cross k is 4, right? So out of these, there may be error in any bit. Total n is 7. So out of 7 bits, there may be error in first bit, there may be error in second bit, or in any other bit. So only one bit error we will assume initially as given in the question, that calculate the syndrome vector for single bit errors. Okay, so now let us do that. This is the H matrix given to us, and first work is to find out the H transpose. Okay, n is 7, k is 4, q is 3, s is equal to est. We have said that this is the error. S is 1 cross 3, syndrome is 1 cross 3, right? Because k is 4, n is 7, E is 1 cross 7, and H transpose is 7 cross 3. Now H transpose, from this matrix we will obtain this H transpose, and this is simple matrix mathematics. We can do easily that H transpose will be this 1 1 1 0 1 0 0 will come here, 1 1 1 0 1 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 1 0. So 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 0 and 1 1 0 1 0 0 1. So 1 1 0 1 0 0 1. So this is here our H transpose matrix we have obtained. Now the next work is to find out the value of Y into H transpose, or we should say that E into H transpose, right? Now what is error vector? Error is 7-bit length because total code is X transmitted code is of 7-bit length, right? 1 2 up to 7th bit. Out of these, up to 4, 1 2 3 4 are your message bits, and 5 6 7 are your check bits. So error may be in any bit, either it is message bit or it is check bit. So error vector is of 1 cross 7 length, right? And parity check matrix we have seen here that it is 7 cross 3 length. Then syndrome vector, when we will calculate by multiplying error vector with H transpose, we will get of length 1 cross 3. That means we have to multiply this with this matrix such that we have given that error is there only in 1 bit. So we will write parity check matrix, and we will assume here that there is only 1 bit in error. So we will say that all bits are 0 except 1 bit. Let us say if I say that there is error in first bit, I will write the error vector as 1000000 because we are assuming only 1 bit error, so I am assuming that it is first bit in error. Similarly, we can say that it is second bit in error or it is third bit in error and so on. So let us proceed it. So syndrome for first bit in error, how will we find? S is equal to EHT. E, as I told you, that error in 1 bit only out of 7 bits. Initially we are taking first case that it is first bit in error. Then we are multiplying it with the H transpose matrix, right? So we say that this 10000 is multiplied with this H transpose matrix. So what will be the value we will find? Okay, so 1 into 1. Let us do it for first column. For first column, this 1 will be multiplied with this 1 and rest all terms are simply 0. So we will get 1, right? We will get two more values. I hope you can find that. For the second column, we will multiply this whole term with the second column, and here this first one will be multiplied with this 0, right? So when it will be multiplied, we will get 0 because all other terms are 0. Next third time, this one will be multiplied with this one, so again 1, and rest all terms are 0. Since these all are 0, so it is 1 again. So we have achieved it as 101. So the syndrome for first bit in error, the syndrome is 101. This is how we basically find the syndrome. Similarly, you can find for the syndrome for other bits in error. If I say that there is error in the second position, then the syndrome, let us calculate first. This is the syndrome vector for first bit in error. For second bit in error, S is equal to EST. Now E will be represented as 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 because here we are assuming that second bit is in error. Otherwise it should be all 0. Now this is HT. So when we will multiply it with this, let us see what will be the output. 0 1 0 0 0, when it will be multiplied with the first column, only second value is 1. So 1 into 1, it will give us 1 here. Now again multiply this whole with the second column. So again the second bit is 1. So we will get 1 here. Again we will multiply this whole with the third column, and again only second bit, second position here is 1. So we will get a 1 here. So this is the syndrome 111 for second bit in error. Okay. Now what we basically conclude from this? What is the important point what you have observed? If you have observed, you can see that when there is first bit in error, the syndrome is 101. And what is 101? See this parity check matrix. This is first position 101. Let me change the color. so you will get it in a proper manner. So when we say that there is first bit in error, then the syndrome is 101, which is same as the first row of the H transpose matrix. This is what? This is your H transpose matrix, right? So in H transpose matrix, you can see that the first row is 101, which is the first syndrome, the syndrome for first bit in error. Similarly, if you see carefully the second bit in error, you can see that the syndrome for second bit in error is 111, right? Which is nothing but the second row of the H matrix. This is the second row of the H matrix 111, right? That means that means if we multiply if we multiply y, the output vector, with the HT matrix, it will not be equal to 0. That means there is error, but it will not only be equal to 0, but its value, whatever its value, the three values of that, in this case, like this or this, will give me the position in parity check matrix, will give me the position in parity check matrix, that where is the error. If the value is, let us say, 100, that means first, second, third, fourth, fifth. 100 is fifth position. That means we will have first, second, third, fourth, fifth. This bit will be in error. Fifth position there will be error. This is how basically we find that at which location there is error and where we have to correct. I hope I am clear, right? Based on this, there is one more numerical I have given to you in my notes. You can read it from there. I hope it is clear to you. It is much easy now. And based on this, let us just have a look on the decoder for linear block code. But remember that this is much important. If we talk about the university exam, there is a question has been asked many times related to this, like either these error syndrome vectors or need to be find, or question is given like that the received code word is given, that let us say 1011 is the 101 is the received code word y. It is given that y is given to us, and it is asked that where is the error in this bit, right? So what we will do, we will find the value of y into ht. Y into ht is nothing but your syndrome vector, and that syndrome vector, the value of that syndrome vector, we will find in the parity check matrix. And wherever that value is, that, let us say, if it is that value, then it will tell us the position, that okay, it is first position, this is second position, this is third position, and this is fourth position. That means here fourth position there is error, and we have to correct it. Instead of 1, here we should write 0. So correct code word will be 1 0 1, fourth bit will be 0, then 101. This is the way how we will correct. So it is important, do this, such type of numerical practice it more from the notes. Okay, now last point here about linear block code is just about the decoder diagram. So based on this analysis, similar to the encoder diagram, we can draw the diagram for encoder now. Let us have a look. Syndrome decoder for n, k block code. So if the process is clear to you, you can understand this block diagram very easily. What we are doing, the received code word y is stored here in the register, all the values y1, y2 up to yn for n, k code, right? Now syndrome calculator will calculate the value of y into ht. The process what we have discussed is just here, right? So we are calculating the value of S syndrome vector, that is y into st, based on the lookup table, based on the values stored here, right? That is what we have already discussed. So after that, it will calculate the value of error vector, and it will give that value here in this register, that is whether this vector maybe it should be all 0, right? But if, and if it is 0, That means there is no error, x is equal to y. But if this error vector has 1 somewhere, then what we will do, that will be XORed, let us say if e2 is 1, then e2 will be XORed with y2. So if y2 is 1, so y2 will become 0, or if 0 it becomes 1, and so we will receive the correct code word by XORing y with error vector. This is the way how this syndrome decoder works, and we get the correct output as was transmitted, that is x, right? So this is the way how we decode it. This is all about the syndrome decoder and linear block code. So we discussed decoder for linear block code with example in this class. In the next class we will start cyclic codes. Thank you.